everyone, my name's Kayla. I'm the owner of True North Home Care, and today I'm going to show you the Hoyer lift. I'm not going to go through a whole tutorial, but I just want to show you what it is because maybe it's not something you've heard of before, and it's a really important tool for care providers to be able to move someone who is bedbound or unable to bear weight when they're living at home. So this is what it looks like. So this is the Hoyer lift. It looks like a crane, and it works just like a crane. So this one is a manual, which means it doesn't have a battery. It's a hydraulic pump that lifts it up and down. And then, if I can maybe let you get a little closer, let's see. There we go. Then what's underneath my patient is a sling. So the sling usually comes with the Hoyer lift. They come in different sizes, but the sling is what's going to hold the client, and then the actual Hoyer will lift up the client. So I will just show you how it works in a very basic way. So I have this sling completely under him, so that way his neck is supported and it's going all the way under his bottom. And then I have the straps crossed in between his legs. Since this patient also has a catheter, I'm going to make sure that the catheter bag is not going to get caught on the bed when I go to pick him up. So the first thing I need to do is lower the Hoyer to the client. And because this mannequin is pretty much weightless, it's going to be a little bit different than it would in real life, but you'll still get the idea. So first thing I'm going to do is connect the straps, which each have loops on them, and I'm going to make sure that the loops are even. So I'm doing purple on the top. That means I stay purple on the top. And depending on how you want them positioned, that's what loops you will use. I'm actually going to move it this way a little bit. Then there's loops on the side. And there are different kinds of slings, so that is something to keep in mind. You want to use the right method for the sling that you're using. You want to make sure that your loops are completely on there correctly. And then I'll hook the bottom. Because the reason that you have 3 loops on there, other than trying to help make sure the client gets picked up in a safe way, is if one loop breaks, you've got other loops to be able to secure the client so that you could safely lower them to wherever you need to go. But you always want to check your sling first and make sure that there's no damage. So now I've got the hydraulic lift locked into spot. I'm going to push the pump, which is going to lift my client for me. This pump I'm using has a 400-pound weight limit. So I, being a 5'5" woman, can lift a 400-pound man with no problem when I use this machine. Then I can move the machine to wherever I need to go to take a client out of their bed and into their chair. So it moves just like that. And then let's say I wanted to put him back in the bed. It's easy peasy. Move him back. I can position him to where I want him to be so that I don't have to do too much lifting once he's in the bed. And then I'll just let the Hoyer lower back to the bed. And that is a Hoyer lift. And that's how some of the very small women who work in caregiving are able to be super strong and lift patients that are way larger than them. So don't count out the small girls or the small boys that are helping, because we do use our tools. And even if we don't look like we're that strong, we're pretty strong.